So Fortnite Season 4 has been around for almost a week now, as time of recording. Obviously, by the time you're seeing it, it's been over a week. And we have seen a lot of changes this season, then some of them what we haven't seen before. And today, like every other season, we go through the goods and the bads. Now, obviously, I don't do this on day one because, well, we haven't got used to it, and I haven't actually had time to actually process the entire season as a whole, and not just the excitement of the season being released. Because every season is exciting, you really need about a week or so before you can actually say if it's a good season or not. So, come Season 4, we had a couple of things vaulted. The hunting rifle got vaulted, which was a major change, and the tac shotgun got vaulted. Purple and gold pistols got vaulted, which I think were a very, very, very happy removal, because I did not like them, especially if you found a mythic chest or a crate, and what you got out of it was a pistol. Could not do any worse. And they were really the main ones that got vaulted. There were other things as well, as including launch pads, but for the most part, that was what got vaulted, along with all the mythic weapons. Now, I do miss still the grapplers. We've had a grappler in for 2 seasons now, and now we don't have one, and in a way, it's quite sad, but we basically got a new one. So the mythic weapons got a whole revamp. Instead of having to land at a location for every single mythic, there is only one mythic location, and that is Doom's Domain, also known as Pleasant Park. And that gives you Doom's Mystical Bomb and Doom and the Gauntlets. And the Gauntlets are the good ones. The bomb's not that great, but the Gauntlets are very overpowered. Now, I don't think they're getting a nerf at all. I hope there's a cooldown on them, but there's not, so it is what it is, I suppose. But you've also got a couple of others. So, unlike previous times, the Mythic Locations can change in their location. Now, they do have a fixed amount of places that they can actually be, but there are actually 4 jets. And those 4 jets can go anywhere on the map, or in their locations that they can change that thing. Now, at those locations, you can get 2 mythics. You can get Groot's healing ball. I can't remember what it's called. And you can also get the surfboard. I don't know what its name is, but it's from Silver Surfer. And the Silver Surfer board is much like a grappler. So, in a way, we do kind of have a grappler type thing, but it has got a 25-second cooldown, so not the greatest. Now, the Groot's Ball has also got a 25-second cooldown. However, it heals you for 20 health in the Eye of the Storm, or 10 health in the Storm. And this is every pulse, and there are 3 pulses before the ball has to end. And each pulse is, I believe it's every 2 or 3 seconds. I think it's 2.5 seconds you get it, but I could be wrong. So, you know, that's what goes on there. However, what's interesting about it is that you can actually get 4 of each of those 2 mythics. So you can only get the 1 gauntlet or whatever, because that's the mythic location, but you can get up to 4 of each ball and Silver Surfer. Now, it's extremely rare to do that. I don't believe there's actually any footage of 4 in the same match. However, I have managed to get 3 Groot Balls and 2 Silver Surfers, and that is in 6 days of the season, and I've played around 3 of those days, because other days I've been either busy or I've been out. So, you know, that's what the season's done. Now, it has been a massive change. For example, the bolts have now the only shotgun. Yes, the bolt action sniper rifle is the only shotgun. It's actually the only sniper in the game, and I would rather have a hunting rifle as well, as because I didn't see an issue with the hunting rifle. The fact that they were easy to use was good because it meant that you missed less shots, which means it meant picking up a sniper. Whereas now I rarely use a sniper. Also, SMGs are extremely underpowered. The actual default SMG got vaulted, and now the only one you can get is the suppressed SMGs and the TAC SMG. However, they've both been heavily nerfed that they are worse than an actual AR in DPS. So I would not this season, unless they get a buff or the original SMG comes back, I'm not going to be stacking an SMG this season. So sometimes I do wish I do carry an SMG, and early game I do actually stack an SMG because, well, the shotguns are harder than last season to get a purple or gold. So if I have like a grey or a green one, I do carry an SMG. But after that, I just tend to drop my SMG because, well, there's no real need because it does enough damage and you can just build. So, you know, that in a way improving my aim a little bit with shotguns, but I do kind of miss having that good SMG for your backup plan. Now, one great change with this season, other than the Mythics, which I believe is a great way of doing the Mythics, is actually the fact that you can side grade a charged shotgun to a pump shotgun. The pump shotgun came back and it can be found in chests, but charged shotguns are very obedient in the game, so it's easier to side grade a good charged shotgun than drop that charged shotgun for a less rarity of pump shotgun. Now, there is actually 3 shotguns in the game. However, they heavily nerfed the combat when they added it back, where now it's slightly better than what the TAC was last season, but it's still not a viable option unless you're doing early game, when hardly anyone actually has shield as it is. And personally, I do still carry the pumps as my number 1, but then it would be the charged shotgun and then the combat. And then it would be like your other shotguns as well, like your TAC, your drum shotgun, the double barrel. You know, those ones will go after that. But for now, this is my preferred things. So we've actually had 3 updates so far this season, and it looks like we're getting, well, not updates, like map changes. So it looks like we get one every, I would say, every 2 days, I believe it's been. So we've had a Stark Industries, I believe it was, at the top of the map by Homely Hills and Lockie's Lighthouse. We had a Ant-Man one by Holly Hedges, and we also had a Black Panther one. That was at the top of the map near retail. And the Black Panther skin is ready to be released. Now, obviously, these locations could stand a chance at being mythic locations in the future. So perhaps the locations that are nearest to, or where they are, could become a mythic location. For example, Homely Hills could become something to do with Iron Man, or Holly Hedges could become something with something else.